Here's the video. 4.0 Audi engine, and we gotta do high pressure fuel pump upgrade with the Autotech plunger, and also we gotta upgrade low side fuel pressure line. As you know, this is the original size of the fuel. This is actually already modified for this car because it's a swap. So it's a 5/16 line ID going to the rail, which is right here. It's a good size. Go to the first pump right here. Sorry, yeah. So you don't have to do anything with that, but this side, it's going into the pump and coming out from the pump from other side. This is the fit for the other side, for the pump bank 2, which is going right here. As you can see, here's the line. It's a lot smaller. It's like twice smaller than this size, right? Like original line coming out from here. You can see how big it is, right? And this is right here. That's what they have for the other side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna cut this, take the hose out, take the hose out. This one already cut it, right? The ID, it's not that bad in this hose, but the metal thing, it's a lot smaller. As this fitting, I'm gonna keep it. I'm just gonna pull it out, clean it, make sure, because they got little screen inside. As you see, it's a screen in there. Make sure it's all clean. This doesn't give you any restriction on fuel flow. Most of the restriction of the flow is this metal line right there. So when, let's say, you E85, this pump takes fuel, and whatever the pressure drops, start dropping through here from this point. And of course, this side of the bag, it's getting less fuel than this one. So that's what we gotta do. We gotta, oops, sorry. So like I said, cut this one. You can pull this rubber piece out, and make sure, then cut over here, same thing, pull it out. Make sure you blur out the fuel from inside the line. You don't want to get car on fire, right, before you start. So I'm gonna cut this, take this hose out, and I bought it from Amazon. It's a 5/16 ID fuel line, which is good for up to 2 MPa, which is like 300 bar, I think, pressure, and it's capable with the E85. So what I'm gonna do with this hose, I'm gonna run it from here. We gotta go through here. We gotta put the T. First T will fit back to this pump, and then we continue with another fuel line, and we put another T in here. That way it will be like a full, you pretty much will supply straight fuel from the pump, from the tank, right into this high pressure fuel pump. So it will supply that way, and plus this pump will have like both way of the pressure, which should eliminate issue with the stirring of the fuel line and the bank too. So yeah, this is the cheap way, probably, I would say, to do it. You can get there is for sale different companies selling the bunch of the kit, but for me, I think this is a really good solution. There's 2 fittings, hose, and good quality of clamp, something like that. It's like about what, $50 total cost, and will solve your problem. Let's do it. Just pull it out this side. It was right here. The clamp in the bottom, the one right here, it's like impossible to take it out. So I just cut it with my Dremel tool. Just cut it in half, and this is the best way to take it out for me. Like, as you see in this side, it looks a little bit, you know, bigger than actually the line itself. So it's a downsizing inside in here. Um, so now we do have the fuel there a little bit, right? You see those? You see the line inside? I think this is the thickness of the whole run. That's why we gotta replace with the 5/16 line. As I said, we gotta put the T connection right after the fuel tank. That's the supply from the fuel tank. We gotta put a 1T in here. 1T goes in here to this pump and continue goes to this pump. So we will eliminate this issue. I'm gonna blow out the rest of the fuel was in the line. Just use the silicone hose. I'm gonna blow right into it. It should come out. Let's see. So next step will be take the high side pressure fuel rail, which is right here. I'm using 17, and just break it loose. That's it. So this line is out. You can put something underneath. I totally forgot to put it. Piece of rack. All right, let's do it. Let's put it here. Piece of rack. And low side hose is right here. You have to be very gentle. Try to don't damage this one, okay? Make sure you disconnect the plug. And you have two 10mm 12-star socket. Just, you know, lose those. Same precision on the other side. Take the high pressure side out. Take the plug. Here's another plug. And fuel line, we already take it out. So we don't have the fuel line, the low side. Okay? Easy to, you know, break and lose these holes. Because of the amount of heat in here and everything, the rubber is getting so, you know, attach it to the metal really good, to the brass. So use a pick, something like that. Very gentle, come across around it like this. Break it loose. Sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. And then you should be able to just, you know, pull it out. Something like that. Just wiggle a little bit the hose before you pull it out. Use my screwdriver when I break it loose with the, you know, when I pry everything around it, break it loose. Use my screwdriver like this, just bang it, you know, and it's gonna go out. Before I pull it out, make sure you have towel or something, because it's gonna be residual fuel inside the pump. So, you know, make sure you catch all the fuel. All right, let's go to the vise. We're gonna strap this pump in the vise now, and we'll perform the modification. This little tip, I have a little vise right here, but like a couple years ago I don't have it. I use just regular pipe wrenches, gas pipe wrenches to hold this and screw this part. This is just for in case if you didn't have the wires, so it can be done. Just be gentle, make sure it's all good. So next we gotta take this one out. I'll just another hand. Pull the pin. Rod like up first, and then you do that. That's it. Then you put it down. Watch for the fuel coming out from here, and use the socket. To lose this, you gotta buy the tool. But what I did, I just notched the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notches, and just unscrew it. You can do that way, and or you can get your own tool. Always make sure your gasket is in a good shape. I recommend to change it if the car is got, you know, high mileage already, and if you use the E85 before, so I would probably suggest you to change it. Otherwise, yeah, just make sure it's all good, that's all. We're ready for new plunger and push it right. Okay, the new piece is already in, so let's put back in the car and do another one. Mention one thing, is remember those blue and black rubber, right? And the blue rubber, I mean the O-ring, sorry, on the blue O-ring, which is still this part over here from the oil, just a little bit grease, just a little bit, you know, so it's gonna go much easy and you're not gonna damage the O-ring. When you tighten it each side, little by little. That way you're not gonna damage the seal. A little bit this side, left, right, and you will feel it will go easy. Okay, this pump is pretty much in the place by hand. If you feel it's not going in, it's getting hard, so pull it back and redo it. Something means stuck or seal probably gonna be already damaged by then. All right, make sure you point this line, make sure you strap that, put the plug back in, put this guy back in, and after I do that, I'll continue to do the fuel line. Okay, so fuel upgrade is done. Both pumps got Autotech plunger and piston. Line was relocated and changed, so this is the line I was talking about. It holds 2 MPa, it's about 300 bar, a lot of pressure, and about 250 Fahrenheit of the heat, and minus 40 Fahrenheit cooling can hold this pipe. So it's pretty perfect for this purpose. It's 5/16. So we're running from here instead of that line. This is the original. You can see how thin is that. So we're running through here underneath the cooling this side, and put the first thing here, because originally it supplies through the pump, through the first bank 1 pump, and continue supplies to the bank 2, but we put the T after the pump bank 1. That way we're not gonna lose any pressure, fuel pressure for the bank 2. So this should help a lot. And we go through here and we connect it right where is the line coming from fuel tank, right? So this is the pump from the fuel tank. Line goes in here. First T supply fuel to this pump and to that pump for this side, and it's continue down right there, go up to this pump. Oops, forgot to put the plug. My bad. All right, so everything's done and it's ready for fire up and test. I use the O-rings. I'm not remember exactly what size it is. I think it's about 13 millimeter for 15 ID. Yeah, it works perfect. I have a bunch of them and clamping tool. So this is the best way to, you know, secure all your lines. Unless if you have to take this out, then you have to break the clamp and you can do it over again. But listen, we did upgrade, so I don't think so there is any issue with that. So that's it. The car is ready for some corn fuel. We can, you know, make those turbos pulls up fast, make some torque. Should be plenty fuel now.